This was one of those towns where nothing ever pops off. No late-night chaos, no wild headlines, no reason to be looking over your shoulder. Everybody knew everybody. People left their doors unlocked. Cops mostly dealt with parking tickets and noise complaints. And then one random afternoon, a girl disappeared. Not slowly, not suspiciously. She was just gone. And to this day, nobody can say exactly how. Back in 2004, Ridgewood, Pennsylvania was quiet in that uncomfortable way. One main street, a couple diners, a gas station everybody stopped at. If you grew up there, you probably never left. And if you left, you always came back. That's where Emily Carter lived. She was 22 years old, college student, worked part-time at a diner to pay bills, had a cat she was obsessed with. Emily wasn't reckless. She wasn't wild. She wasn't sneaking around. She was predictable, and that's important. The last normal morning, August 14th, started like any other day. Emily woke up, grabbed coffee, complained about work, and headed out for her shift. Nothing dramatic. No arguments, no tears, no weird vibes. Coworkers later said she seemed totally normal, laughing, joking, talking about plans for the weekend. Nobody thought twice about it. Why would they? Clocking out. Emily clocked out at 3:17 p.m. She told one coworker she was tired and just wanted to grab groceries and go home. Nothing sketchy. She didn't say she was meeting anyone. Didn't say she was stressed. Didn't say she was scared. She walked out the front door, and that was it. The grocery store. Security cameras show Emily walking into the grocery store at 3:42. Then she walks the aisles slowly, checks prices, takes her time. No one following her. No one bothering her. She buys milk, bread, pasta, cat food, regular stuff. She pays in cash. Then she walks out. That moment was the last time anyone can say for sure they saw Emily alive. The time gap that makes no sense. Emily should have been home by 4:15 or 4:30. Her parents expected her. Dinner plans, normal routine. But 5 p.m. came and went. No Emily. By 7:30 p.m. her parents were uneasy. By 10 p.m. they were scared. Emily didn't just disappear like that. She always checked in. Always. The phone goes silent. Calls went straight to voicemail. Text didn't deliver. No read receipts. No missed calls returned. It was like Emily's phone had just dropped off the face of the earth. And that terrified her family, because Emily wasn't the ignore your parents type, reporting her missing. By late night, her parents contacted police. At first, cops weren't panicking. They figured she's an adult, maybe staying with a friend, maybe needed space. But her parents weren't buying it. They knew their daughter, and their gut was screaming. The car changes everything. The next morning, everything flipped. A call came in. Emily's car was found. Not in town, not near a friend's house, but behind an abandoned warehouse 6 miles outside Ridgewood. That alone was weird, but it gets worse. A chilling scene. The car doors were unlocked. The keys were gone. Her purse was sitting on the passenger seat. Wallet inside, ID inside, cash inside. That's not how someone leaves on purpose. There were no signs of a fight. No broken glass, no blood, no dragged marks. It looked clean, too clean. What doesn't add up? Why park there? Why leave the purse? Why leave groceries in the car? Why turn off the phone? Nothing lined up. It looked like Emily got out of her car and never made it back. Police shift gears. Now cops are paying attention. This isn't a runaway. This is a missing person. They start interviewing everyone, friends, co-workers, neighbors. And then they land on someone everybody expected. The ex everyone side-eyed. Mark Reynolds, Emily's ex. They dated almost 2 years. The breakup was messy, arguments, yelling, text messages full of heat. One message ended with, "You'll regret this." Not exactly comforting. Questioning Mark. Mark says he didn't see Emily that day. Says they were done. Says he's moved on. But friends say he wasn't over it at all. He still talked about her. Still drove past her house. Still got angry when her name came up. The phone found. 3 days later, search teams comb the woods near the warehouse. And then someone spots it. Emily's phone. Cracked. Shut off. Hidden under leaves. Phone records show it powered down at 4:06 p.m., less than half an hour after she left the store. That detail was huge. More questions, no answers. Why shut off the phone? Why hide it? Who was with her? What scared her enough to go silent? Witness tips roll in. People start calling police. Someone heard yelling. Someone heard a scream. Someone saw a guy and a girl arguing. Someone saw a blue car speed off. But nothing stuck. No clear faces. No license plates. Just noise. Where part 1 ends. By the end of that week, the town was shook. News trucks showed up. Flyers went up everywhere. Investigators realized something scary. Emily didn't disappear randomly. She was meeting someone, and whoever that was, they never came forward. That's where part 1 ends, because what police find next changes everything. The case that wouldn't let go. Police couldn't officially close the case, but they were running out of moves. No body, no murder weapon, no eyewitness who could say, yeah, that's the guy. Still, one thing kept bothering investigators. Emily didn't just vanish. She was going somewhere. The laptop changes everything. About 2 weeks after Emily disappeared, detectives finally got access to her laptop. At first it looked normal, school files, music playlists, random internet searches. But then they found a hidden folder. Inside that folder were chat logs, messages between Emily and someone using the username Raven21. Nobody in her family had ever heard that name. Not her parents, not her friends, not even her closest coworker. And the messages weren't casual. Who was Raven21? These weren't just, hey, what's up texts. They were long, emotional, personal. Emily talked about feeling stuck, feeling watched, feeling like she needed a way out. And Raven21? He listened, comforted her, gave advice, built trust. Classic slow burn manipulation. Investigators saw the message that made their stomachs drop. Sent the morning Emily disappeared, she wrote, I'll meet you later. Please don't be late. That was it. No follow-up. No next message. Emily never logged in again. The meeting nobody knew about. Police tried figuring out where that meeting was supposed to happen. No location mentioned, no time spelled out. Emily left work, went to the grocery store. Then, instead of going home, her car ended up behind an abandoned warehouse. That spot was completely off her normal route. That wasn't random. That looked planned. Tracing Raven21, a dead end. Cops tried everything. They traced the IP address, subpoenaed records, ran usernames through every database they had. Nothing. Raven21 was using prepaid connections. No real name, no consistent location. Whoever this was knew how to disappear. That scared investigators even more. Back to Mark, the ex nobody trusted. With the online lead going nowhere, police went back to the one person everyone already side-eyed, Mark Reynolds. The ex-boyfriend. The breakup was ugly. He had anger issues. He sent threatening texts. He never really had an alibi. When cops questioned him again, his story changed, just slightly. In true crime cases, slight changes matter. The phone detail that raised eyebrows. Investigators pulled phone records again. That's when they noticed something wild. Emily's phone shut off at 4:06 p.m. Mark's phone also shut off. Same time window, same afternoon, same general area. Now sure, phones die, but both phones going dark at the same time didn't sit right. The polygraph problem. Police asked Mark to take a polygraph. He agreed. The results weren't a clear fail. They weren't a pass either. The examiner said Mark showed signs of stress when asked about Emily's disappearance. But stress isn't proof. And without physical evidence, police couldn't arrest him. So once again, Mark walked. Small town, big rumors. As months turned into years, the town of Ridgewood changed. People whispered. Some said Mark did it. Others swore Emily ran away. Some believed she met someone online who turned out to be dangerous. Everyone had a theory. Nobody had proof. And the silence? It was loud. The internet gets involved. Once the case hit online forums, things exploded. Armchair detectives noticed stuff police couldn't release publicly. Why was the warehouse never fully searched? Why didn't police check traffic cameras sooner? Why did Mark lawyer up so fast? Some believed more than one person was involved. A setup, a meeting gone wrong, a cover-up. The family never stopped looking. While the internet argued, Emily's parents stayed focused. They printed flyers, held vigils, organized searches every year. Birthdays passed. Holidays came and went. Her room stayed the same. Hope doesn't disappear just because time does. 12 years later, the call nobody wanted. In 2016, 12 years after Emily vanished, a hunter was deep in the woods. About 30 miles from Ridgewood, he spotted something that didn't belong. Bones. Police arrived. Dental records confirmed it was Emily. The most frustrating answer. Everyone expected answers. Undetermined. No weapon. No obvious trauma. Too much time had passed. Even in death, Emily kept her secrets. Where the case stands now. No arrests. No charges. No official suspect. Just a name. A username. And a town full of people who remember more than they admit. Someone knows something. They always do. Final thoughts. Cases like this don't stay unsolved because they're impossible. They stay unsolved because someone stayed quiet. Someone lied. Someone waited for time to do the hiding. And until that changes, Emily Carter's story isn't over. If you believe forgotten victims deserve justice, hit subscribe. Share this story. Keep the pressure alive. The truth doesn't disappear. People just bury it.